Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, and we're going to talk about the hikes that I want to do in Virginia. And so, what I would like from any of you guys who are watching is to let me know what I'm missing or what websites I need to be checking out or what hikes I definitely need to do. Now, I know if you've been here, you know that I have been super focused on the AT, the Appalachian Trail. And I'm definitely going to do that. We're going to be talking about all of those plans in future videos. But for now, this is just about my Virginia specific hiking plans. So I will show y'all what I have been looking at and researching so far. And then I'll tell you what my plans are. And you can tell me your suggestions or any place. You don't have to have hiked it. A hike that you might know about that is supposed to be really good. Anything like that, I want to hear about it. So I did just probably a 30-minute to an hour search yesterday looking for trail things in Virginia, and I wrote down all of these on this page. So I am not just going to read these things to you. We're going to look at the website and talk about kind of where things are and what I'm planning on doing. So the first thing that I was looking at that seemed to encompass a lot of these other trails was the Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail. Now it says DC, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. So it's going to go everywhere. I'm only focused on the Virginia part of this. And it seems like the biggest part of this that's in Virginia, or the one that's like the most widely gone to or traveled to or whatever, is called Great Falls Park. And this says explore the Potomac Heritage Trail by region. And so as you can see, it just follows the Potomac, as you might be able to guess. But specifically, this part of it right here, as it's crossing over from the DC, coming out of DC in the Northern Virginia area, this is where I would like to explore. So right here at this location is Harper's Ferry National Historical Park. So right here is where Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia all come together at Harper's Ferry. And so it is on the Virginia side down here, not far from Leesburg, and it is called Great Falls Park. And that is where I am hoping to do a lot of exploring. So the national park has a website for it, and it says that I can download the printable Great Falls thing. This is not necessarily what I want to look for, although I might print that out later. The thing that I want to look at is the specific trail. This is the main thing that I want to do here at Great Falls, and that would be viewing the falls. First of all, that is terrifying looking with those rocks and all that water. But there are 3 different overlooks, apparently, of the falls. And so there's one trail, and it's just over a mile that goes through all 3 overlooks. And so that is going to be the first one that I'm going to do. There are tons of trails in this park, and there are tons of trails everywhere in Virginia. So kind of my philosophy and what I've decided to do is to hit the best views, which I know are going to be the most strenuous because those are going to mean hiking up onto mountains, and then the waterfalls. Like, those are the 2 things that I love the most when I'm in the woods anyway, are the beautiful views and the waterfalls. So I have prioritized those. I did find a list of 25 waterfall hikes in Virginia, and it is from the Virginia is for Lovers website, like their regular website. 25 beautiful waterfalls in Virginia. And so my plan is to hit every one of these while we live there. Now, some of them are close to where I live and some of them are not. Here's a giant map down here of all of them, and it's interesting that they kind of form a line from DC all the way down here. Now, I'm going to be living up here in the northern part of Virginia, so it is going to be a drive for me to get to some of these, but still, that's going to be on my list. I'm going to make I can't decide if I want to just make a checklist of all of these things. Like, I want to do the Great Falls. That one is number 1 on the Potomac Heritage Trail, and there could be other things I want to hike on the trail, but specifically Great Falls Park and the falls trail. Then I want to do as many of these waterfall hikes as I can possibly do, which looks like, if we, depending on where we stay, if we're strategic in our stops and where we go, we can definitely hit a lot of these. I'm wondering now if it follows the AT, because I see Waynesboro and I see Roanoke and I see Front Royal, and now I'm like, wait, are all of these like somehow on the AT? I don't think so, because you come from Greensboro up this way, don't you? No, you don't. You're over here. Okay. We're not talking about the AT this trip, but we are talking about waterfalls. So hopefully I will get to as many of these as I can. I'm thinking maybe I have a checklist or a bingo board. Like, what if I did a bingo board and it just says waterfall or Virginia waterfall in like 4 or 5 different places? If there are 25 of them on here, maybe I try to hit 10 of them. 10 waterfalls can be one of my bingo boards. Maybe I do that. One spot on the bingo board. I need to make a board. Okay, so y'all can give me Virginia ideas that can go on my board for any season, and I'm going to try to complete the whole board in 1 year. So maybe I say 5 waterfalls in a year then, and then the next year I'll work on 5 more. But 5 waterfalls sounds like a really good place to start. Also, there are so many hikes just inside the Shenandoah National Park. Now, if we're back over here where we were looking at the Potomac Heritage, you can see this whole area right here is Shenandoah National Park. And that is part of the AT. And so I know there are hikes that's part of the Appalachian Trail in Shenandoah, but I want to go do the ones that aren't. Like the ones that aren't part of the AT that just explore the Shenandoah National Park. I would love to do that as well. And so Shenandoah hikes is on my list, and maybe I put, 2 or 3 Shenandoah hikes on my list, because there's a lot of them. And I'm thinking that my bingo board is going to be a 3x3, and that's it. So we're going to have 5 waterfalls. We're going to have Shenandoah. Maybe I say I explore it 3 times. Then that way it's not just 3 hikes, but it's 3 different trips to Shenandoah National Park. And then I can say that I want to explore 3 different times the Potomac Heritage Trail. And so I can explore 3 different areas of this trail, like whatever areas I want to. This is where it crosses over out of Virginia into West Virginia. So I'm going to stay on the Virginia side, but we'll see what all I can do around there. And then possibly I can do some kind of battlefield hikes, because I know that there are tons of Civil War battlefields in Virginia as well. And then what else? I'm probably going to put a free space in the middle, because everybody needs help with the free space. But then I want to try to get the whole bingo board blocked out by the end of the year. And we can do updates about where I am and what we have accomplished, because Ron's going to be going with me. I know I'm saying but it'll be both of us. So Virginia is really large, and there are a lot of things to do. Maybe one of them could be that I get more stamps in my passport, my national park passport. I'm not sure how many I need still in this region. So I'll have to get my book, which we're moving, so it is already packed away. But when I get my book out, I will look and see how many I have left, and I'll try to do half of them in 1 year and half of them the next year, because I don't know if y'all know this, but my life usually revolves around moving every 2 to 3 years. So we try to pack everything that we can into a 2-year period, because we might be gone after that. So I am trying to pack everything in 2 years. In case we move, I will have gotten to do everything that I wanted to do in the 2 years. So I do still have some empty space on my bingo board. So if y'all have any ideas or anything that you feel like stands out in Virginia that I could do and put on my list to help me explore my new home state a little bit more, I would love to hear it. Thanks again for watching, and put a globe or a map or even the world down in the comment section. If you don't want to leave a comment, but you want to say you were here, I would love some kind of map or globe down there. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.